Hey guys, welcome to Dwayne's Spin Stop, and this is, I think, episode, if I'm not wrong, episode 11. And this is a very special episode because I've come all the way to KL, especially to meet Tobias Schweizer.
Thanks for visiting me.
Thanks for coming onto the show, even though I'm in your house right now. Tobias is a longtime friend, but he's also recently been on Malaysia's top 50 Cleo.
Oh goodness, are you going to talk about Cleo?
We'll talk about that later on, but mostly, we want to tap into Tobias's opinions and experience in terms of his exercise regime, and hopefully he can help some of us who are watching the show as well. So if you have any questions along the way, please feel free to ask Toby here. They can call you Toby for short, right?
Yeah, it's easier.
Cool. So we did some really cool exercises actually today. There's a part of it that was filmed in Singapore when Toby visited at Virgin Active, which is the gym that I...
really nice gym, by the way, yes.
Yeah.
If I lived in Singapore, I would definitely sign up.
Awesome, yay, I would have a gym buddy.
Maybe one day, I'll be back.
Maybe one day, who knows, right? So we filmed some of that, so you're going to see some footage there. We also today went up Bukit
Tabur.
Bukit Tabur, and there's lots of footage there coming up as well, so you want to check that out. We're going to be playing that. You'll see how high we climbed and things like that. So anyway, that's generally the run through of the show today. So let's get things started. Let's start off with the gym. So, you see the rain there? If you're in Singapore and there's no rain, well,
it's a rainy season now.
It's a rainy season now.
A lot of lightning.
So let's start off with the gym anyhow. So this is us at the gym. We had a bit of a race going across the monkey bar. But I'm going to play you the first video, and we'll make it... This one doesn't have to be that big. Alright, so without further ado, this is me on my way out to meet Toby. I'm on my way to the gym, which is the lovely Virgin Active in Singapore, and I'm going to meet my friend. Usually I do like a 30-minute routine, 45 at most. Not routine, like I spend 45 minutes there. So my exercise regime is really very little, but because I'm meeting my friend today who's visiting from Malaysia, we might end up doing a lot more. So so it's nice to have a workout buddy. Too bad he doesn't live here. So that's... You do MMA as well? You do a bit of Muay Thai?
I used to do, yeah, in Singapore when I lived there.
So guys, you wanna look closely at me, right? This is me. I'm gonna put it.
Better make it full screen. Yeah.
This is me. Alright, check out. There's this Caucasian guy at the back doing push-ups right now. Watch his reaction to me doing the ropes. I zoomed in on it as well, so just look at him on the bottom left. You see his reaction? If you miss it, catch it one more time. It's coming on again. Check his reaction towards me. He's like shaking his head. Okay, so that's...
Wait, he didn't shake his head.
He shook his head at the end.
I couldn't see it.
Oh, it kind of lagged.
What an asshole, man. What an asshole.
Oh, we're lagging. So this is Toby and me across the monkey bars. We'll talk about those ropes in a bit to see, what's the best way to use it. My computer is lagging a little bit. Sorry, guys.
Why is that?
I don't know, man. It's just too many things are going on. Let's see now. What can we do? This is not good. Why is it lagging? This normally doesn't lag.
Pause it.
Just pause it. Okay, we're going to pause.
It's probably
the internet
slow internet connection.
Maybe. All right.
Sorry about that.
Sorry, guys.
Malaysia.
Usually this doesn't happen. Trying to make it work. There we go. So that's okay. Well, we're gonna have to skip that part. Let's just see if we can. So basically, Toby won that because he was ahead. Okay, and then he kind of... Alright, look at what this monkey did, Toby. What did you do to your hands? Show us.
Well, yeah, I guess it was just a bit too fast with the monkey bar, so I'm not used to it.
I didn't work
So it's quite normal when you do paddling,
gloves.
dragon boating, outrigger canoe. If you do long distance races, there will be blisters and eventually they will open up and it will bleed, so I'm used to it.
All right, that was
Oh my gosh, it's our song! We've been waiting for the song!
Guys, we were
our song, yes.
we were singing in the car. Let's stop this.
What is this called again?
It's not related. Let's stop this. Okay, sorry guys. Okay, so we were having fun in the car, just singing. But we'll come back to that in a bit in terms of what we were up to. Why is Toby shirtless? Because we kind of had a very hot day out in the mountains. The mountain. Anyway, so basically before we continue, I just want to say if you are watching this on Facebook, what you want to do is click onto the YouTube link, which is on the Facebook page, and when you get into YouTube, you're able to talk to us. So yes, Sihui saying that was cute. Hello! Thanks for watching again. J-Ron is not here today, Sihui, because he says he's celebrating his grandma's birthday. So I want to say happy birthday to J-Ron's mother when he watches this later on. So we're having lots of comments here. This was from the previous episode, of course. Oh no, there's more people. Oh gosh, you guys are... Okay, anyhow, so cool. So let's continue. So basically at the gym. So let's start with cardio, Toby. What kind of cardio things do you recommend for people to do? What's effective for, say, guys versus girls? Do you think those battling ropes are good? Do you think high intensity interval training? There's a lot of stuff. I'll remind you.
Well, it really depends what you want to achieve or what you want to do, right?
Right.
So of course there's different types of endurance. For example, if you're a runner, you know, you want to improve on your overall endurance, your stamina.
Right.
You know, people go running. You can do cycling. You know, whatever you like, which really is more of a overall endurance.
Right.
But the rope thing you did earlier in the video
that the guy
it's strength endurance. Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, you did a good job. It was not that bad. Just
Okay.
towards the end, you kind of
I was trying to do instead of that, I was trying to do opposites.
Yeah.
Which is
also
harder
depends
to
on
do.
how long you do that. So it really trains everything from your neck, shoulders, as well as a little bit of biceps, a little bit of back, legs as well, because you're squatting down a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. So again, yeah. If you want to, let's say, if you want to lose weight,
Right.
or lose fat as a guy, don't only go running or do cardio, because it's very important to also build your muscles, because the more muscle you have, the better your metabolism becomes and the more fat you will burn.
Right.
Probably you will increase a little bit on your weight, because muscle weighs a lot as well.
Right.
So don't just look on your weight. So but yeah, build a bit of muscles first, because otherwise you will not see your abs in the end. I mean, you really need to build muscles first and then burn fats afterwards.
Right.
Not only do cardio, it's not as efficient, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how about high interval training? High intensity interval training? It's basically you do bursts of like different sets of different things, like burpees and things like that, or push-ups, or like, you know, crawling on the floor. So these things, as opposed to running on the treadmill, do you think they're more effective?
Well, it's definitely a lot more efficient, and also you save time.
Right.
So you can do a great intense workout of about 15 to 20 minutes, and you covered all your muscles. You covered everything basically. It's of course a lot more demanding. So
Yeah.
if you're not used to it, you might throw up in the beginning. But yeah, I think it's a lot more efficient.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so guys versus girls, do you have recommendations on what girls should avoid? You know, in any of these intensity things, they don't want to do too much, like thighs maybe, because they don't want to have too big thighs. I don't know, like girls, you know, I mean, when I speak to some of my girlfriends, I mean, a lot of them say, oh, we've got such big thighs, let's not get that. And they don't generally want to put on, they generally don't want to put on muscle, right? That's the thing.
Well, it all comes down as well to genetics, right?
True.
So some people, you know, for me, I'm actually more of an endurance guy.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, I find it very hard to put on weight. So when I was in high school, I did a bit of weightlifting back then to try to put on some weight, but I find it very hard. You know,
Right.
For me, you know, my metabolism is really high, and
So you were as skinny as
more
me
endurance.
when you were in high
So quite skinny, yes, yeah. I'm still skinny, but So I found it hard to put on muscle weight, muscle mass. So again, there's different body types, of course. So with a different body type, you have to train
like
differently.
Ectomorph,
ectomorph, endomorph,
and
mesomorph. Yeah.
So you're an ectomorph. This is from smallest to biggest. So ecto is the smallest, endo is medium, and meso is the biggest.
I'm like in between.
Okay, you're.
But so I mean, girls. I know because I only have female cousins, so they would always tell me that they're really annoyed about, the flabby part when they're waving their hands here at the triceps area, So that is why they always train their triceps. So I would recommend definition training, which is several sets of high repetitions. So you do 20 to 30 or until you're tired, basically, until your muscle is tired.
Okay.
So low weight, but a lot of repetitions for muscle definition.
Right.
To just strengthen or make it more firm, so there's not flabby anymore. Shoulders is also good for women. Of course, back. A lot of girls don't want to train back because they will look too bulky. But yeah. But also very important is of course the legs, and the backside.
Okay.
Especially because the biggest muscles in the human body are of course the big back muscle.
Yeah.
Afterwards the gluteus maximus, which is the ass.
Right.
And the upper thighs is the third biggest.
So it's very easy to get.
So if you want to, improve your metabolism or increase your metabolism, you should focus on those bigger muscle groups because it's more efficient.
Right.
Instead of training those small muscles like abs, pecs, triceps, biceps, you will not have such fast results.
Right. So in case you don't know, this is pretty basic, but just in case you're new to this, if you're going to the gym and you're trying to figure it all out, basically, if you want endurance, you have to do more times, right? So
about weights, it would be strength endurance. It's not cardio.
Right.
Yeah.
But even then, if you're using a bit of weights, you want to lighten the weight and you want to do it more times. That's for
definition, muscle definition. Yeah.
Right. And then if you increase the weight and do it fewer times, that is more for.
Okay, basically there's three types. If we talk about weight training,
Right.
So maximum weight. So for strength, for your maximum strength, you would put on the maximum weight that you can push or pull, and do it. Try to do it 3 to 5 times.
Right.
And a lot of sets.
Right. So do you increase the weight through the sets?
You always do your maximum.
Okay.
Because you have to warm up first, but it's a maximum weight.
Okay.
Afterwards, which I don't really like, but a lot of young guys or those weightlifters, they just want to gain muscle mass, which is what you're doing right now, I think.
Yeah, a little bit.
So that is just muscle mass, which is about 12 repetitions at a fairly high weight.
Okay.
Yeah, so that is about 12 repetitions. Afterwards, muscle definition is anything above 25 repetitions.
Right.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. Cool. Good to know. But every time you do a new
fewer sets.
Right. So basically, to explain what sets and reps mean, repetitions are how many times you do like a particular activity. Mm-hmm. So those are repetitions, also known as reps. Now, for example, if you do 15 reps, that is considered one set. So that's how it works out, sets and reps. So if you do 3 sets of 15, so that's 3 sets of 15 reps, basically. Yeah, I'm just trying to make it clear, but I think I'm confusing people. Anyhow, so that's good to know. All right, so moving on, let's look at now some interesting things that have been. I found an article on the internet, and there were 7 myths about exercise or gymming. So with Toby's help, we're going to go through these 7 myths and see if they're true or not. This is very interesting to me. So we're going to go
gym myths.
Gym myths.
I don't go to the gym anymore, but I do my outdoor training.
Right, which we did, and you will see later on. Okay, so it's actually 8 myths. So let's go through them slowly.
It's a good number in Chinese, huh?
Yes, but good luck, especially for Chinese New Year. It says myth 1: lifting weights will make you bulk up. So is that a myth or is that true? Because actually lifting weights has made me bulk up a little bit.
Well, that's what you want to achieve, right?
Yes.
But again,
why is it a myth though?
Well, it depends also again on your body type.
Right.
Yeah. So those mesomorph people, you know, if they lift weights, yes, definitely will increase muscles and bulk up.
Right.
But yeah, I guess in that case you just have to modify or do your own personalized training plan.
Okay.
If you don't want to bulk up, you would probably do definition training with less weight, more repetition, and also a lot more cardio.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Myth 2. It says muscle turns into fat when you stop lifting. Is that true?
That's
Okay.
no. It's basically I think
So it is a myth.
I think it is a myth because well, if you're in if you're doing weightlifting or you have a specific training that you do, for example, when I did dragon boat in Singapore,
Right.
which is very demanding and you burn a lot of calories.
Right.
So your eating habits become different. You eat a lot more. Your body needs a lot more energy and calories
Right.
because you burn a lot of it.
Right.
So after you stop doing that particular training, but you probably keep these eating habits, for sure your muscle will
Right.
decrease because you stop the training, but
But you're
you
still
will continue eating. So that is why
So that's why
you will increase fat but decrease muscle. So, but it's not that the muscle will turn into fat.
Right.
That is the myth.
Ah,
But-
that's why.
But a lot of people, yes, they might increase or might gain fat
Well explained.
after.
Let's stop for a question. There's a question here by Sihui. Depends on how heavy the weight is you're lifting, right? In reference to... What was this in reference to? Sorry? Okay, clarify with us. We'll be right back with you. Myth
What is
3.
that?
Sihui is
Depend
saying,
on how heavy the weight you're lifting, right?
in terms of bulking up, I think.
Yeah, also, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
So myth 3, it's best to work one muscle group a day. Myth 1, she's saying. Myth 1 depends on the lifting weights will make you bulk up. Depends on the weight. Yes. Heavier it is, the technically you can bulk up more, right? But anyhow,
Yeah.
myth 3, it's best to work one muscle group a day. Really? Do you have to only work one muscle group a
No.
day? So it is a myth.
No, no. I think this only relates to those bodybuilders, you know,
Uh-huh.
who just do bodybuilding. Actually, those bodybuilders cannot use the muscles properly in any other sport. So that's why I find it quite useless
Right.
what they do. But what they do is they train particular muscle groups per day. So they combine sometimes back and biceps, and
Right.
the other day is pecs and triceps and leg day, you know.
So they go all out and
Because
they
they focus on
exhaust
one
the
muscle group, and then afterwards the next day they don't have that one muscle group will rest, and they will continue with another muscle group.
Right. Myth
But
4.
you don't have to do it. I mean, it's better for me. I think it's better to train everything at once, like what we spoke earlier about the
It's more...
high intensity, interval training, where you do a circle training, covering all muscle groups per day in about
Right.
20 minutes. That's the most efficient thing. Yeah.
Okay.
To do.
All right, we're almost halfway through myth 4, and after all these myths, we're gonna go watch some videos of us climbing the mountains today. So stay tuned for that. That's coming up. It's gonna be exciting. Myth 4 is lifting heavy.
Sorry, can I see the video later again about your rope thingy?
My
Where,
rope
where the
thing.
Matsali guy
Yeah, sure.
is shaking his head. That
Yes,
was
yeah.
too funny.
It was too.
Well,
Yeah.
what an idiot.
Okay, we're gonna go back to that as well. So because it was lagging just now. Lifting heavy weights is the only way to see results. Okay, I'm gonna say straight away. This is very obvious. It's obviously not true.
Yeah. And again, it depends what results.
Yep.
Yes, if you want to increase maximum strength, you have to lift
Right.
heavy weight.
Right.
But yeah.
This is an interesting one though. 5th myth is weightlifting is bad for joints. Now sometimes I do lift those leg ones, and you can't see the leg ones like that, right?
Oh, that's
And it's bad for my. Sometimes it hurts my joints.
well. To be honest, even though this is a myth, I think that exercise is really bad for your knees. It's
Okay.
isolated. If you wanna train your
It's the
upper
one with
thighs,
the weights here, and you're pushing up against the
Yeah.
weight. So that's really bad for your knees.
yeah, I wouldn't recommend that.
Okay,
I
so
think
it
you
is true to
should,
a certain
anything you do,
extent.
you should better do the free weight training. For example, you do squats with weight on your shoulders.
Right.
But those machines, I don't like it quite much because it's not natural.
Right.
It's not a natural movement. You wouldn't do that in any sport.
Right, but the other thing you were saying is that even for joints, if you're gonna, it's still good to exercise them, right? You're saying that.
Yeah. Okay. So
You-
about the myth, it says what? Weightlifting is bad for the joints. It's not particularly true. It's just that if you start lifting weights, your muscles can get adjusted to the weight quite fast, but your joints take about 1 month
Right.
to adjust to it. So you have to do slowly first and adjust your joints or get them used to the weights
Right.
and the movement.
Right.
But afterwards, it's fine. I mean, once your joints are used to it, you can
Right.
lift
Yeah.
weights.
So
No
take
problem.
note. If you're increasing,
Just
even
don't
if
go
you're
too fast.
even if your muscles can handle it, you want to slow down for your joints because your joints take about a month to get used to it. So don't be too ambitious.
If you're a beginner, if you're just
if you're a
starting off,
beginner.
yeah.
And of course, you always, I think the best medicine, I mean, I'm sure you would agree, is to always listen to your body. Your body will tell you exactly what you're comfortable with, generally, right? What's wrong, what's right. Okay, 6th myth. Weightlifting causes high blood pressure.
Quite the opposite, actually.
Really? Because I feel blood rushing into my, no?
Well, maybe you feel that,
Right.
that your blood pressure is rising, but actually it's scientifically proven that weightlifting or exercising will decrease your blood pressure. It
Oh.
helps. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
good to know. So, 7th myth now, almost done. Weightlifting decreases flexibility. I mean, because they say like a lot of guys when they, weightlift, they become bulky, and so you see them like, sometimes I feel like they're not as agile, or like they do yoga, the muscles get in the way.
Yeah, if you have too much muscle, yeah, I mean, those guys are, it's exaggerated. No,
Right.
but what I think
why is this a myth then?
No, it might be a myth because it is. I mean, training can increase your flexibility, but
Right.
of course you have to stretch afterwards. It's if you just train one muscle group without stretching, yes, the muscle becomes shorter, and your flexibility will be decreased. But as long as you train normally and you stretch afterwards, should be fine.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. We're on to our last myth. Let's
That's my
debunk
guess,
this.
huh?
Yeah, of
My
course.
guess.
These are all our own opinions, as
Yes,
always, on Dwayne
yes.
Spin Stop.
We are no experts.
Machines are more effective than free weights. Now, you just said something about how free weights are better. So it's
Yep, that's definitely a myth. Free weights are always better, always more efficient. First of all, let's look at, for example, one exercise is bench press.
right.
If you're in a machine,
bench press.
it's an isolated movement, and even though you don't have a balance, or you're pressing harder on your right side and your left side is weaker, the machine, I mean, it's already
fixed.
it's fixed. So basically,
So you're gonna you can
Yeah.
very unevenly exercise your muscles on a
but
machine.
if you use free weights, you actually also have to balance it out, balance the weight out, and
Make sure it
press
doesn't slip away.
and press evenly.
yes,
Yeah, so
exactly. That makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. So before we play the video of us nature hiking, let's talk about a couple more things. Is it important to change up the pattern of your regime? It's important or not? To change up the pattern of your exercise.
Of your
routine?
exercise.
Yes.
Yes. Because if you always do the same type of training,
Mhm.
the same routine, your muscles will get used to it,
Right.
and you will not improve as fast anymore, or your performance will not improve as fast
Right.
anymore. So
How-
basically, you have to change. Okay, you're going to the gym, so if you have a particular regime,
Say
and
I'm
you
doing
do,
biceps. I always lift a dumbbell and I do this.
Yeah.
How can I change it up?
Okay, let's say your regime is you do one day you do biceps, back and legs, for example. Okay.
So
For sure, but week by week you have to increase your weight
yes.
because your muscles will get stronger, and if you want to improve, you have to increase,
Right.
or you have to change something.
Right.
But if you do that for about 3 months, your body gets used to it as well, and your results will not improve as much. So what you have to do is you have to change over, just to always give something new to your body. So let's say you do pyramid workouts, which is instead of going from low weight to high weight, you do the other way around.
Oh, you can do it the
Heavy
other way.
weights down to low weights.
Oh, okay.
Just to always make it interesting, just like in a relationship, right? You always have to keep things interesting, just like with workout. Or you combine back with triceps instead of back with biceps. Just
Right. Just to
always
change it up.
continuously making changes,
Right.
to never make your body used to a particular regime.
Because bodies adapt very, very quickly and very fast.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good advice there then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do change it up. Sometimes I do heavy weights first, and I sometimes even change the angle just a little bit. Like, I don't know if that helps.
Yeah. Also, generally change exercises. So
Right.
biceps, if you do curls right now, maybe in the future you do reverse curls with a long bar. You know, like
Right.
just
Change
different
it up.
exercises as well. And also, don't only do weights. Also do cardio. Try different sports as well. You know.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's always more efficient.
And the last thing before we go into our nature videos, protein shakes. What do you feel about them? Are there more natural ways to do it, or are protein shakes actually healthy enough? Do you take them? Do you recommend them?
Not anymore, because I'm not training competitively anymore. Last time, yes, when I did my dragon boating and outrigger canoe, I trained 6 times a week. So
Right.
back then, yes, I didn't have enough time to cook a healthy meal. So yes, I was taking protein shakes before training, after training, because yes, it's very convenient.
Right.
You don't have to cook anything. You just mix it, you down it, and afterwards you have your protein for the day.
Do you
But-
think they're healthy though?
Well, of course, it's always better to
Natural.
cook something rich in protein, with, you know, less fat. But nobody has the time to do it, or not many of us have the time to do it.
Right.
So, but of course, as you know, it's best to just cook at home. You know, make some nice fish with broccoli, with vegetables, a little bit of carbohydrates. Yeah,
Okay.
but it's difficult, yes, to get that protein intake just from natural food. And
Okay.
you have to eat, like, I don't know, a few fish steaks.
Right. Of course, it's quite. Let's play a quick game. This one Toby doesn't know about before we continue. Okay, so this game involves. It's called Dwayne Spin Stop. So this game is a game of spin and stop. So you're gonna take your phone. You're gonna bring out your camera roll.
Okay.
You're gonna spin, and then if I
Camera?
say stop, you're gonna find stop on a photo, and show
From my camera.
from your camera.
Okay.
All right, and then you have to explain the photo. But if it's something you don't want to
It's
show,
my work phone, though. There's not many.
Oh, okay.
There's
Well,
not many interesting
you can.
photos.
We'll just have to see. But if you want to pass on one photo, you can. I'll give
Okay.
you 3 passes, just in case you have pictures you don't want people to see. So
Okay,
if
wait.
you
Let
can
me
bring
see
on
how.
your-
There's no camera. It's a BlackBerry, by the way.
Okay.
So.
There's no camera roll.
No, well, I have to go to pictures or
does not work?
something. Yeah.
Okay, so maybe
Okay, let me
this
figure
game
this
will not work.
out. Okay.
Okay. While Toby figures that out, let's watch.
Okay, I got it. I got
okay,
it.
you got
Yeah,
it.
camera,
alright.
so I just have to.
Just roll, yeah, and then
Yeah.
I say stop, and then you stop.
Okay, but there's like 3 in a row, so.
Yeah, that's fine. You have to. Your finger can be
Okay.
anywhere. Just go, and I'll say stop.
Okay.
Or you want me to do it, and then you say stop.
No. You say stop. I
Okay.
just go.
Okay.
Okay, to make it more fair.
Yeah.
Okay, and go.
Go.
Right.
Stop.
What happened? Hey?
What happened? Black screen.
Oh.
Oh, out of battery?
Just.
Are you out of battery or
I don't know. It just.
it rebooted?
It
Okay.
just rebooted.
It's alright.
No, this
Me-
BlackBerry is not very good. don't buy. Well, it's obsolete already, anyways, because it has software issues.
Okay, so you escaped that one.
Oh goodness. Okay.
All right,
after.
well, let's go and watch that gym video really quick.
I'm on my. Okay.
Okay, let's find.
I'm.
Okay, I'm gonna play it right now. The guy's shaking his head. Let's see if
Yeah,
it
that
works.
is just.
Let's see if it
It's
works
outrageous.
better this time. We're gonna go back. The guy shaking his head at me. Okay, this is it. Okay, watch. Watch him. You see his hands come up, and then you see him. Uh-oh. This video is not playing very well. He's shaking his head. There we go. He shakes his head. Anyway, you have to. Okay, so now let's watch the nature videos. We're gonna skip the car scene one.
Okay, we're here at Bukit Tabur. There's a sort of a track laid out, but we're gonna venture beyond where the track has been laid out.
So by the way, that is
We're gonna go to
north of
Infinity and
KL,
Beyond, and Toby is
on the way
ready
to Genting Highlands.
with his new GPS watch. No, it's got a GPS function,
It's a Garmin, yes.
but it's a
Phoenix
Garmin.
Oh, it's very loud.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for the GPS.
Is it
start up.
still too loud?
Almost there. Ooh, it's ready. Okay, we can go now.
Okay, which way? This way?
Is it still too loud? Let us know.
Ready? Alright, this is the start of the trek. It's actually looking pretty steep already. Here we go.
So we're gonna play a full video of this.
So you can
I'm
see,
gonna put a link below.
this whole thing is
But
made
this
of
is just
quartz
highlights.
mostly.
So this is all quartz, guys. It's amazing. This whole range
Alright,
is all quartz.
I'm spent. We're not even halfway done. I'm gonna go up this thingamajig right here.
Okay, video's twice as loud. Oh, don't stare at my butt. It looks horrible. I make it look easy, but it's not so easy, guys. Don't do this at home. Just kidding. Okay, so this is my trusty camera, by the way, which
Alright, we have
survived.
reached the first peak already.
It's really useful to understand.
This is the view
Just
from the
took it in
first
my
peak. You can see the Petronas Towers over there.
So we're at the first peak.
And,
There are 5 peaks.
Toby's over here looking all accomplished. This is me looking a little defeated. Yeah, but more to go.
Alright, we keep going. So you have to.
Who's that? Oh,
I am.
I told you not to videotape. It's Bukit Tabur. Bukit Tabur.
Yes.
Yeah, it's in Taman Melawati, in the north of KL.
Have you been there? Have you been there, Dwayne?
It's actually a quartz ridge. It's one of the.
Well done.
The biggest.
It's actually the longest quartz ridge
This is
in the
Dwayne's
world.
bitch rest face. Apparently, he's too tired to hold the camera. Well, so we'll just show you the view now. This is the Barrage Lake, the Dragon Back
Genting Highlands
Quartz
in the
Ridge,
back there.
and over here we have a nice view of KL downtown with the Petronas Towers and Menara KL. Bye bye.
I'm scared.
Dwayne, what's wrong?
It's
going on?
so scary. I'm singing Adele.
Wow.
How often do people get to sing on the mountain, right?
Whoa.
You were scared, right?
Dangerous.
Dwayne.
Bottle cap is here. If
No,
a bottle
it's-
cap can make it up here, I can make it up here.
Why
no,
would
I'm like,
people
if a
leave
bottle
their
cap
trash
can make
in
it
the
up here, I
nature?
can make it up
It's
here too.
disgusting. I always get really pissed when I see that.
Yeah, we actually took a bottle and we
Leaving
just took it down.
bottles and plastic in general in the jungle.
This is the first time I'm videoing and climbing, which is not such a good idea, but you only live once. YOLO, not FOLO.
FOLO is fear of losing out.
Okay, so you have to come down.
Kiasu.
Yes.
Okay. Takut. Matsale.
Jangan takut.
Matsale.
Taco is scared.
Okay, so
Oh,
challenge for
Dwayne,
Dwayne today
Why
Why so
say
scared, you?
is to climb down here
Cannot really see in
and
the
go
video.
back up this rock
Yeah, it's
without
hard to
peeing
see.
his pants.
It's
Can
actually
you do
very
this?
difficult.
No, we'll
because
see.
You're like
Good luck.
hugging the
Already
wall
wet.
and you're.
Already
It's
wet.
almost like you're gonna fall backwards.
Dwayne,
and
you
the
made
grip's
it?
There's not much
See
grip.
that wet patch there? You can't see it. I've
You can
peed
see
in
the
my
wall
pants.
there. There's
I
not
got
much
a
grip
battle
coming
scar
from the
now.
top right to the bottom left. It's
I
not easy.
made it.
Yeah,
Great,
you almost
good
fell.
job, good job.
And then we.
Yeah, luckily you made it, Dwayne. Otherwise, I would have had to scrap you off the bottom of the rocks.
I wonder if these guys. These guys were when we left them. It was raining, so we got a bit worried for them. But we were helping them across the
Toby's helping them out.
same spot. It's very difficult.
As you can see, I'm having a little bit of an escape from the sun here, but actually, what really is happening is this is my home on top of the mountain. And think
long
of it
did it
as a
take-
little bit of a shire place
Watch
for a
this
little
first.
hobbit to pluck his greens and sniff some herbs and cook some things. So you're welcome to have dinner with
Sniff
us,
some
if you like.
herbs.
Oh, thank you very much.
Wow, look
Alright.
at... I don't know if you can see the
Let's
depth here. It's
answer-
probably very difficult
It's
to
just, look
see,
at how
but
deep that is. The drop is insane.
Yeah, unfortunately, there has been some
And you see
cases
there's
where
like a
people
Hollywood sign there.
died
It
because
says
they didn't take
Samaranland.
care and they
Timberland
fell,
Heights.
fell down. Yeah.
They didn't hike with an experienced hiker. Alright, let's pause really quick and we're gonna take a question Sihui has asked, how long does it take to reach the first peak?
First peak is quite fast actually. It's about 15 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So the first peak. So there are 5 peaks. Basically, today we went to 3 of them.
Actually, well,
3.5.
we went to 5 of them, but the other 2
we
are
did.
too dangerous because
Oh, so there's 7.
you need to free climb actually.
Yeah.
I mean it's a quartz ridge, so you cannot really see the peaks itself. But
Okay.
yeah, I mean we saw 3 proper peaks,
Right.
but there's actually a lot more. So
Wow.
the last 2 we didn't see because you really have to do free climbing, and
And it's very dangerous.
yeah, I tried that the first time I went there, and I think you would have been too scared.
I was already scared. You saw that. All right, let's continue watching this.
But it's highly recommendable. Even
Yeah,
if
you
you only go to the first peak, you have a great view of the lake, Genting Highlands, KL on the other side. So and now Dwayne is climbing up, or what?
Yeah, it's not suitable for me. Yeah, it's free climb basically.
Wow, but that one is not very steep. So
No, don't bring your DSR. Like this was all I used, so that was easy for me to hold. So this is me climbing, holding my camera and climbing, guys. This is why the footage is so rough now.
I think you fell, right?
I think I fell. Yeah. Hello, Jaron. Welcome back from Grandma's birthday. Thank you for joining us. This is our nature climb, by the way, if you just joined us and you're wondering what's happening. We were in Bukit
Tabur
today.
Tabur.
So this is me climbing, holding the camera, not to be done at home again.
Fuck! I'm trying to film while we made it.
So we made it. This is 446
446 meters.
And Toby was a hero here. He was walking without hands across. You'll see.
You cannot see actually
It's
the ridge. It's like a few stones where you have to jump. But the lake is so beautiful. I wish I could swim there, but I think it's not allowed
Okay.
because it's a barrage.
right.
Yeah.
So that's it. And then we might show you a bit of video later on with our nightlife in KL. Let's see how much time we have. We are at almost 40 minutes already, so 20 more minutes to go. Told you it's fast, right?
Very fast.
Yes. All right. So, what is our? So, do you guys have any questions? Sihui, if you need any questions, feel free to ask about the hike. And you had your watch. Let's talk a little bit about your watch. It's by who? Garmin.
Garmin, they specialize in GPS.
Okay,
Yeah,
could
the
you
one you saw earlier.
Right. I'll put links below as well. Could you tell us a bit about this watch and how helpful and useful it is? GPS. Aside from GPS, what does it
But
do?
any GPS watch is very helpful if you do cardio related exercises or outdoor activity in general. If you go running, trail running, hiking. I mean, this watch that I bought is actually it can do everything. It can even measure the altitude. It has a compass. It can measure the pressure.
Right. Wow.
Yeah.
Can it tell if the rain's coming? No.
Well, if the pressure changes, you know that the weather is changing as well.
Right.
For swimming as well, if you do triathlon, for example, I mean, it tells you anything. It tells you how fast you're going, the distance you're going, the pace you're going at. So it's really easy to know how fast or how long, what distance you're gonna do.
Right.
For a 10K run, for example, if you go at this pace, how many kilometers can I do in what particular time, etc. So it's very easy to monitor your performance,
Right.
even while running, which is very helpful. Yeah, so afterwards you can also connect that watch to your laptop or to your phone,
Right.
and
Wow.
yeah, you can monitor everything on your phone. And
How much does
yeah.
something like that cost?
Well, in ringgit, it would be around 1,700, the lowest price for this particular watch.
Right.
Yeah, because it's the latest model, the Phoenix 3. But you can get the Garmin Forerunner 15, which is a very good watch as well. But it's only for GPS and activity tracker, which is I bought it in Singapore last time for $200.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can get
not
a
so
good, a
expensive.
very good watch for $200.
Right.
Yeah.
So is your phone working right now?
My what?
Is your phone working?
On my phone.
Or we can play another game.
Yes, my phone is working again.
Okay, cool. Or we can play another game really quick. It's also called the truth or lie game. So basically what you have to do is to pick something from your house and show it to the audience. I won't see it. And then you're going to have to describe it to me. And then I'm going to decide whether or not your description is true or false.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
I don't get your game.
Okay, so pick something in your house, show it to the audience, don't show it to me, and then hide it,
Yep.
and then you're going to describe what it is. You can lie or you can tell the truth, but my job is to figure out whether it's a truth or a lie.
So I can actually describe something wrong.
Yeah,
No.
completely.
Right.
But you want to show the audience because... So I'm going to go look away right now. I'm going to bury my head in this Cleo magazine, by the way. This is the magazine that Toby is on for top 50.
Oh, come on.
So do you have? I'm gonna hide. So you're gonna have to show the guests, our guests, really quick. What? Are you done?
Yes.
Okay, hide it. And okay. So describe to me what this object is.
Well, it's basically made of the external part is made of leather, so it's very fluffy inside.
Okay.
In order to, well, it's a sports equipment, so its purpose is to protect yourself as well as your partner. It also has a, what do you call that in English? What do you call that?
En français, c'est aussi. Yeah,
In German.
In German, I want to understand.
Well, I'll describe the color. So it's black. It has some nice dragon prints on it.
I'm gonna tell you straight away what I think.
Yes.
You tell the truth. Am I right?
Yes.
You know why?
Why?
Because you left it on the floor and it wasn't like that just now.
Huh?
You didn't put it back how it was put back. You dropped it on the floor.
No. It's not that one. It's not that one.
Oh.
So what did I describe it? Do you have any idea?
I thought you described a life vest.
No, I did. No.
Huh.
A life vest doesn't protect your partner, your training partner.
Well, if you're floating and you hold the person would sink also, right?
Well.
But anyway, but you tell the truth.
Yeah, I did. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's the purpose of the game.
Yes.
To know whether it's the
test
truth
it,
or not.
yes.
Okay.
Because you're too detailed and as in like, and it's very much like what you would show anyway. It's a very sports thing.
So I did a bad job in this.
You didn't
this
do a
game.
bad job, but I did a good job.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know what it is? No.
It's nope, leather with a cushy inside. I thought it was a vest.
No.
Leather outside, cushy inside. It wouldn't be leather though. But what is it?
It's a boxing glove.
Oh yes.
Yeah. So basically, it protects your opponent as well as your own hand.
True.
So if you fight without gloves, of course you'll have cuts in your opponent's face.
Yeah.
But with the glove, you prevent cuts.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, not 100%, but.
Right. First time we have lightning in the background, guys. Only at Toby's place.
That's so dramatic.
It's so cool.
Very
right?
dramatic, huh?
Let's see now. This is also quite dramatic. Let's look at
Oh.
these Cleo Bachelors from KL only or Malaysia, all of Malaysia.
I think it is Malaysia. Yeah.
Right. This is last year. And where are you? Number 19. This is Toby. Let's see what it says. A bit
No,
controversial.
No, you don't read
alright.
what it says.
Okay, so anyhow, so what was this experience like for you in general? Let's get you back in frame so you can sit back a little bit.
It was a fun experience.
How did it all come about?
Well,
When it came to you and you're like, oh, you're
no,
such
it was actually more or less decided already. But there was an event which my company sponsored.
right.
So after the event, they interviewed me since I sponsored the event. And that guy who interviewed me from the TV, He was like, "Oh, I think you would be very suitable for this competition. It's called Cleo's Bachelor." I was like, "Okay, well, I'm new here in KL. Why not? It's good to meet people."
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so I just joined. It was fun. There was just a little bit of some activities like interviews, video interviews, and some games, and then of course the finale where we had to go on stage. And yeah, it was fun. I mean, I met a lot of nice people.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly guys, of course, since there's 50 guys, not many girls.
Was it competitive? Were they?
Unfortunately.
They should have a Cleo's.
No, it was not competitive at all. It's just everyone was joining just for fun and having a good time. So no one really cared about winning that thing.
Right.
So.
Oh, awesome. So it's very okay. I'll probably have to interview a model, like Toby looks like a model, but he doesn't model because he's got business.
Stop it, you.
Because so I will interview a model in terms of because that's probably the environment where it gets more competitive and a little bit more bitchy and stuff like that. So Toby doesn't. But why not model? Haven't people told you? I mean, like you've got attention from this. People coming up to you, maybe saying you're good looking and stuff like that. Do you, like, why don't you model?
No, I think I'm average looking only, and I don't know how to pose anyways. So I would look really awkward in pictures.
Okay. So you also need some sort of a. Well, you need to.
Yeah, I think you really need to train for it, and you have to have a very nice charisma and.
Right.
Yeah, some people are just natural, I'm not photogenic, so some people are just super photogenic in any photo that look great, so
right.
I cannot do that. So.
Right.
And I don't have time anyways.
Right. You're busy with work here.
Yep.
But I mean, okay, this is just a random thing. Like, so I was in Thailand the other time with Toby. I remember.
When I lived in Thailand, you visited, huh?
Yeah. And we were walking through. We were just checking out the clubs there. We were walking through, and there were a lot of masseuses down the street, and they're like, so handsome, I come for massage. But when I walk with Toby, nobody looks at me. Like all the attention goes to Toby. So I want to ask this question: Is it? Do guys and girls, even girls, approach you quite a lot of the time? Or even when they do, how do you handle that? How do you sort of like?
Not really, actually.
Not really?
Not really.
Okay.
In Thailand, the one you just mentioned with masseuses, they would approach anyone.
Right.
Anyone. Because it's their business. They want to make money.
Right.
So they will approach anyone. Doesn't matter how they look or, Maybe they didn't approach you, but rather Angmo, or they call it Farang.
Right.
Because they think they have more money, which is a stereotype, of course. So, as long as they see a white dude, they think he has money, and, expats, they're more rich, but for example, I'm not an expat, even though I'm white. I moved to Asia right after my studies. I joined my girlfriend back then, who was working in Singapore.
Right.
So of course I started off just freshly, and I was looking for a job in Singapore. So I'm not an expat. Have always been on local contracts. So I'm just probably earning the same as you.
Right. Do you hope something like that changes for expats?
What do you mean? The stereotypes?
Do you think expats should have an expat sort of offer, especially if you're not from the country?
Well, nowadays that's very rare. Unless you have a family, maybe they will give you a package and send your kids to school for free, etc. But nowadays it's not a big hassle to go abroad anymore. Everybody wants to go abroad actually to gain that experience.
Right.
So why should the company pay you more money if they send you abroad? So it's quite rare nowadays.
Right. And on one of our last few topics, could you care to share with us? I mean, you live in so many different Asian countries, right? Singapore, Thailand, now KL, Malaysia. And we had a conversation over dinner, and you're saying like Asia is looking to be somewhere that you actually feel very comfortable with. Do you have thoughts about returning home, or is Asia the place you want to sort of stay for an indefinite period of time? And what about Asia appeals to you?
Well, I don't feel like going back to Germany. It's just I don't think I would be able to cope with the mentality anymore, and also the weather. So
really? I thought Singapore's weather is hot.
No, I really like the weather here. So I'm fine if it's summer all year round. So I really enjoy heat. Even when I was a little kid, I always wanted to move away from Germany in a hot area. So I cannot tahan, the cold weather cannot.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, about Asia or Singapore, Malaysia, I really love the food, of course, the weather.
Yes.
People are nice, it's such an interesting and multicultural society.
But do you not get singled out? It's like, oh, it's that Angmo or the Caucasian or the Matsale or the, what do you call it? Thailand calls Farang. Do you feel like people single you out or treat you differently?
When it comes to work, maybe they will say, no, I don't want to talk to this Kwailo. Here they call us Kwailo. They just want to talk to a local Chinese. When it comes to business,
really,
sometimes I want to talk to you, in between 4 eyes. But apart from that, no, because I usually don't hang out with expats. So I always have local friends, and I don't really feel any difference in terms of treatment.
Right.
Yeah.
What do you feel about the expat circle? I mean, do you notice in Singapore and Thailand? I mean, I noticed some of my friends even, they kind of stay, and this is not a judgment. It's an observation. They stay in the expat bubble, so it's very hard to kind of. They don't have a lot of local friends unless you're really quite westernized, which sometimes I could be, but I'm still very local. But they kind of tend to eat. They don't try the local food. They don't try to make friends outside. They kind of bring their country,
Yeah,
what's
I
your
realize
thought about that?
lot,
I mean,
yes.
but that's good because it makes them feel comfortable and they still have a piece of home here, and then they don't have to. They don't need to extend out for them to survive, right? So they can do that completely. But what is your thought on that? It's not something you would do, obviously.
I wouldn't do it, but of course I don't judge them because, maybe they're here for, I don't know, for a few years and they will go back in the end eventually. So maybe they're homesick and maybe they cannot adapt so fast, or they don't like the food, or they just so they want to have a little piece of home here as well.
Right.
So I know a few people personally who just eat in Western places, which I don't understand at all with this huge variety of food over here. But it's their thing. So I would never do it. Even when I studied abroad last time in France, I tried to stay away from Germans because it's about the experience. It's about learning a new culture, learning a new language.
Right.
So I never understand those exchange students who just hang out amongst themselves, talk their own language. What's the point of going abroad then?
True.
So same thing when I work over here. I want to get to know something new and experience a new environment and culture.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. And speaking of which, food-wise, since you lived in Singapore, Thailand, and KL, I guess would like you to recommend. It's probably a hard choice, but I would like you to recommend your top 3 favorite places of food in each of these countries. Your favorite restaurant that you almost cannot live without. That when you're here, you miss it on the other side. Other side.
That's our song,
Yeah.
It's really difficult. It's really difficult.
Okay, let's start with Singapore.
I really enjoy. Well, in Singapore, the great thing is what I miss right now about Singapore is the hawker centers, which you don't have so much over here.
Okay.
And also the cleanliness, of course, in the hawker centers.
Right. But food-wise,
even though I live here in Malaysia, I must say that the nasi over here is nasi campur, the Malay nasi campur.
Okay.
In Singapore, you call it Nasi Padang.
Yes.
I cannot eat it here. It's not good at all. Quality is really bad. So I really miss the Nasi Padang in Singapore.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So basically, I really loved the last time going to East Coast Lagoon to have some, ikan, the stingray. Yeah. And
there's a new place you can fish
course.
for your food now.
Oh yeah.
It's very cool. Yeah.
Oh, okay, the prawn fishing.
I think so. Yeah. Oh no, even something else. There's some kind of kelong or something you can go to and fish for your food.
Okay. No, so East Coast Lagoon. That's what I can think of right now. I used to go a lot to Bugis Arab Street for that food as well, but that's mostly Malay food and Arab food.
Okay. And how about
Bangkok,
Thailand?
Well, Bangkok is also, it has everywhere in Bangkok you can eat great food, and Well, around Soi 23, there's a really amazing restaurant called Wanakarm, which is serving. I brought you there, by the way.
That's the one. I
Yeah,
went
so
to.
it's
That's
serving
so familiar.
all the traditional Thai food.
I'll put a link
it's,
to a picture.
It's not particularly fancy, but the food is so authentic and so great. Steamed fish, Thai style. The beef we had with the chili sauce. You know.
The fish also.
Yeah, the som tam Thai.
Really nice.
Everything is great there.
Awesome.
And Thong Lo, in general, Thong Lo is an area off Sukhumvit 50 something.
Okay.
Also great places for food. Yeah.
Nice.
KL.
KL? Yeah.
In my area, in Subang, Asia Cafe is good for the
Asia
ikan
Cafe.
pari.
Okay.
Ikan pari is a stingray. But if you want Chinese bakute,
Yeah.
you go to Klang. In Klang, they have the best bakute.
Oh wow.
Yep, best
Is
bakute.
it the clear soup type or?
No, it's the herbal
Herbal.
soup. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's bakute in Klang. In Kajang, which is also a suburb of KL, you have the best satay.
So cool. Yeah, that's a lot of recommendations
Yeah.
already. You couldn't choose one, right? Because it's
No, I
just too
cannot
many.
choose one.
All right. So to wrap things up, let's play you a little clip of our little night drive in KL last night, and then
What is that?
we're gonna wrap it up. We got some more singing in the car. Again.
Alright, we're driving the streets of KL. We're leaving Subang to go to... Where are we going?
We are going to Bukit Bintang. Unfortunately, I don't like the place, but I have to show Dwayne around, right?
He says he has to. Like I made him. I completely forced him at gunpoint to show me around. And now we're doing car karaoke on Toby Stereo. It's Toby in red.
Yeah, I am wearing red pants, man.
Yep.
What a coincidence.
If you have any questions before
Right,
Toby
we'll
leaves,
take you
ask them now.
to where we're going, if cameras are allowed. It's gorgeous. Look at this.
Oh, Merdeka Square.
There's a party going on.
It's the Merdeka place.
Still don't know what party that was.
Oh yeah, we didn't check it out.
Merdeka Square.
So I saw the Petronas Towers for the first time. Thank you. Last night I didn't take any pictures to put on here, but that was nice. And we nearly got to the rooftop of. Was it rooftop bar?
Yeah, I wanted to bring it to Marini's on 57 because it's the tallest rooftop bar in KL. A pretty nice view. The atmosphere is nice.
Okay, we're
Okay,
here at
stop.
Bukit Tabur.
Sorry.
There.
This is up. But then we couldn't get in because there was an
Because of your hat.
You had to pay
No, that-
because of my hat. Yes, again, my hat. I talked about this with Sebastian. We went to a restaurant and asked me to take my hat off. Can you include the name of the mountain in the description? Absolutely, Sway. I will be working
Maybe
on
you can type it here as well. Oh, waterproof. Yes, of
Yes,
course.
it's waterproof.
100 meter.
Right. It's called Bukit. I keep
Bukit Tabur. Tabur.
Right. And I will still type it down there. And I'm going to make another video, which is a longer video of more things that we did, including the things you watched. So I'm going to put all that in the link. I'll be working hard tonight. I'm going to stay up. Toby has work tomorrow, so he has to get up early, so he will be asleep while I put the video up. But it should be available by tomorrow. And if you're watching it later on, and if you're not watching it live, it will be available probably now. You can check the link. Any case, just before we end off, I always try and check in with my guests. If you want to follow Toby on Instagram or anything, do you have any of those? You can't, right?
No, I don't have Instagram.
Toby is not accessible, guys. He's only accessible through Dwayne Spinstock. So the only way to get to
I
him-
don't like to take selfies, Dwayne, and put it on Instagram. I don't have. Yeah, sorry. I only have Facebook.
Right, so the only way to get to Toby, if you have any more questions or whatever, probably to write to me. In any case, we have Gail Nerva. Don't stay up too late. Oh, you're sweet, Jaron. Thank you. In any case, we have Gail Nerva, Singapore Idol alumni. I was also actually on the show, but first season. She's on second. And she's coming on the show next week. So I go back to Singapore. She's coming to my room. That's going to be where it's happening. Dangerous, right? I've had so many girls in my room, so many guys. So she's coming on
Yeah,
next
you have a crush on her, right?
She's very pretty. She's like a Disney princess. And then after Gale, we're going to bring back part 2 of Nicholas Lim to wrap up the entire first season. We are done with season 1 of Dwayne Spin Stop, and that's going to be on January 31st, 8 p.m. Don't forget to catch that. That's not going to be live, but it's going to be part 2 of Nicholas's Lim episode. So don't forget that. It'll be a very exciting episode as well. I think Jairam would appreciate that. In any case, please let us know if you would like to see more of our season 1 guests in season 2, as well as new guests that you would like. Also, please recommend this to your friends. Subscribe to us on the YouTube channel and follow us on the Facebook page. And that's pretty much it. I always do this with my guests. If you can sign us off by clicking on the stop streaming. Say goodbye before we do that. And thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me while you're in my house, but where's the stop button?
Stop streaming.
Stop streaming.
Yeah.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.